So moving on to our last example here, we're going to take a look at a trapezoidal Riemann sum. So very similar to the last one we just did, but this time we're going to have each length be 1 unit long. So same function again, going from 1 to 7. Let's go ahead and draw in some of these trapezoids. So I want my intervals to be 1 unit length. So we'll go from 1 to 2, trace up to 1, trace up from 2, connect the dots, and there's our first trapezoid. So we're just going to repeat the pattern. Next one, we go from 2 to 3. You already traced up the side from 2, so let's trace up the side from 3. And then we'll trace up the side from 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trapezoids to find the individual areas of, and then we'll add them together. So the approximated area under this function, let's go ahead and add up our individual areas. So our first rectangle, using the area formula, we need 1/2 times the height. Now in this case, our height is 1 unit wide. And then we need the sum of the bases. So the first base came from the x value of 1, and the second base came from the x value of 2. So there's our area for our first trapezoid. If we go into the next one, we'll have 1/2 times the height of 2, and then the sum of the bases. So for this second trapezoid, the first base came from the x value of 2, and the second base came from the x value of 3. All right, and we're just going to continue that pattern until we get to this last trapezoid here. So we'll have 1/2, height of 1, sum of the bases. This one came from 6 and 7. All right, so using these function values that we've been using for some of the other examples, we'll go ahead and calculate all this together, and we should get something around 39.6667. All right, so if we try to consider this as an over or an underestimate, notice how it's going to be very difficult because visually we can't really see much error. But if you look close enough, we're probably under in some of these sections. Okay, we don't necessarily go over the upside down parabola at all, so I'm going to go ahead and educated guess as an underestimate.